y'all, I'm Emily, the Shady Grove Stitcher, and I love creating beautiful hand-stitched pieces. Welcome to the Pink Room, where I share my love of cross-stitch by showcasing projects I've completed in my quest to fill an antique cabinet my husband and I inherited from my in-laws. Hi, this is Emily, the Shady Grove Stitcher, and I'm showing you a little bit of a different sort of video today. I'm going to start prepping for my next project, and it's going to be the Charming Stars Hollow cross stitch pattern from So Charming Design Co. This is the 25th anniversary of Gilmore Girls, and so I thought this would be a great time to stitch up this pattern. Jamie sent this to me in a care package, and I just haven't made time for it yet, and so I'm really eager to get started on it, and I thought I would show you a little bit about how I set up my projects. So this particular kit is incredible. Jamie's attention to detail is crazy. This is the whole pattern, and she's got some instructions in there. Try not to rattle the bag too bad. It's printed in color, and it's just ready to go. She also includes a hoop, which I think is incredible. And she includes the fabric with a needle. Now, the fabric with the needle, she didn't send it serged on the edges. I use just an overlock stitch on my machine. So I've already done that. I've taken it to the machine. I've stitched around it. That way I don't have to worry about it. It's all squared away, ready to go. So this is what I'm going to be working on. My fabric's all ready. And now I'll talk to you a little bit about my floss. So I posted an overhead video kind of like this on Instagram, and people were asking about my bobbins, and my bobbins or my drops look like, well, what's going on there? My drops look like this. These are Annie's Keepers. Oh, I'm sorry, I guess I could turn it the right direction for you. These are Annie's Keepers. And then these are the Pip and Chip stickers. So I thought today I would show you how I get my floss all ready and on the drops. So the drops come like this. They're just plain little plastic drops. They have a small groove. You probably won't be able to see it on the camera, but there's a tiny groove. And so I just like for the groove to be at the top on all of my bobbins. So I have I'm using the word bobbin. My gosh, I don't even know why it comes out of my mouth. I've turned them all the same direction just to make my life easier. Okay. Now I bought mine they come in a jumbo bag. I bought a 300 pack, actually about 2 300 packs. And they come in a jumbo bag. They look like this. And I've been in the process of converting all of my bobbins to drops. So this is the container I have of all of the bobbins I have converted over to drops, but it's still very much a work in progress. And I just come in here to my work table. I got some questions about how long I measure my floss. So I will actually measure out, I'll pull it once to 18, and then I'll scoot it again so that I have a 36-inch length. I'll measure the whole skein or however much I have of the 36-inch length. I'll fold it in half. I'll cut it in half, and then I'll put it on the bobbin. You'll see when I do it here in a second kind of what I'm doing. The only reason I start with 36 is it just makes it go a little bit faster. There's less like pulling and snipping. So I just like to kind of group it as best I can. But I love this system. It's an investment. It's for sure an investment, but I thought it was worth it, and I haven't been disappointed so far. I wanted to show you these. So these are labels that come from Pip and Chip, and you can get it on Etsy. Just look up Pip and Chip. Pip and Chip also makes bobbins. I am using the correct word this time. So it's a bobbin like this. It's plastic. It's a 3 millimeter thick bobbin, and they have the colors of Weeks or Classic Colorworks or DMC printed on here. So those are very popular. It's also very popular to take those bobbins and put them in these foam inserts inside of some Bisley drawers. I'll try to insert a photo of that for you. I just decided that drops were better for me, so I have DMC, Weeks, and Classic Colorworks, and they're all basically the exact same. You can tell I have gone through some of these and already, made drops for a couple of these. But today I brought these out so I can do the ones for my DMC. Now the pattern has 13 different skeins of DMC. This this style of pattern is one of her older, nope, this style of kit is one of her older kits. She's changed it up a little bit, so she now sends the floss on a really cute little spool thingy. But for today, I already checked, and I have these 3 colors already on drops, so I'll just kind of hold on to that for the future. These will kind of go on my back stock, but today I'm going to go ahead and do all 10 of these. So how do I do that? Well, let's see. The first one is number 5. So I will just take out sticker number 5. I use these pointy tweezers, right? And I just pick it off. I think it's a little bit easier to place when I use the tweezers. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to place the top of this sticker right along that ridge I was telling you about, okay? So I'm just going to, I have to tip it towards me. I'm so sorry. Probably doesn't look great for you. Tip it towards me, hold it in place, and then I just press it down. And you can flip it over, and on the back you can see if you have any air bubbles. I don't, so we're good to go. The next color is 502, so I'll just flip around, find 502. I'll do one more slow for you, and then we'll zoom through the rest of these because I can't imagine that this is just a ton of fun to watch. So again, with the groove, and I'm going to put it in the center with the top lined up against the groove. And the only reason I'm lining up against the groove, I mean, they're not always perfectly in the center. I do my best. But when they're hanging, that way I don't have some stickers up here and some stickers down there. The stickers are in a pretty consistent vertical location. So let me get these other ones made real quick. Okay, as you saw, I moved some of the floss from my regular stack, the stack I was going to put on drops, up to this other stack, and that's because I don't have stickers for these, and now I'm wondering where the heck they are. So I'm going to go see if I can find them. Let's go see what I can uncover. Okay, I found more bobbins and more drops. See, I started this project and I should have just seen the whole drop thing through from beginning to end, because now I have drops in some places and bobbins in other places, and boy, it's just a bit of a mess. So 3051 I can't find. 3364 I've got on a drop, on a bobbin, and then 3828 I have on a bobbin. I found the drops for 646 and 648, but they actually need to be moved. So I need 3051. Whew, what a mess. But you know, this is the reality of getting a project together. You have to figure out what you've got, where you've got it, and here we go. So these are my first 3, and they are done and out of the way. And then let's get going. I will do the ones I have on bobbins first, just because, I mean, you gotta start somewhere, right? So let's start with 646. So I'm going to pull it off of my bobbin. This one, I won't be able to go to 36 inches because it's going to measure 18 and then a little bit extra. So I'll hang on to that. I'll measure this guy out 18. And I put it at 0, I hold it. Oops. When I don't have a camera going and I can actually do things properly, I go to 18 and then I just pinch it. I move it back to 0. I sort of like unwind it, right? I come over to 18. That's how long I like my floss. I snip it, and then I use this as my guide to go 36 inches. And see, now I don't have to measure it every time. Now I can just make the lengths match. Oops. Requires a tad bit of patience. Snip it. This one, I don't know if I can get 36 out of this. We're about to find out. Oh, I did. Okay, so a couple of lengths there. That's 36. I'm gonna snip it. This will probably drive some people crazy. I'm gonna throw that away. Now I have a 36-inch length here, and I'm gonna fold it in half. Okay, I'm gonna make sure my ends meet, and I'm gonna snip the loop. now I have all of these 18-inch pieces. I'm going to grab this one extra that I had to begin with. It's going to have a bit of waste with it, but I want these to all be the same length. Ooh, maybe I can go twice. Look at that. I did it incorrectly the first time. Gosh, when you have an audience, you just do it all wrong, don't you? Okay. So now I can put it on my drop. I've got my 18-inch length. I folded it in half. I put my loop through the bottom hole. I join it. Loop. And pull it a little bit, and there we go. Put this in my stack of bobbins I'm no longer using, and then I'm going to just fast forward you through the rest of this. Okay, so I had this bobbin of 3364, and it had two, it looks like two skein, like this is a full skein and this is a partial skein, and the colors don't seem to match exactly, so I'm going to go ahead and put half of it, the part that seems to match in color, I'm going to go ahead and put it on the drop, and then I'm just going to save this as my backup because they're not that different, but I wouldn't want to use them both on the same project. Okay, I want to pause here to show you something really quickly. I get a lot of questions about floss off the bobbin versus floss off a drop, and people say, does floss on the bobbin kink? And when I used to use it off of the bobbin, I didn't have a problem with it. It didn't bother me at all. But now that I've started using it off a drop, I can tell you with certainty that it does kink if it's on the bobbin. Now, this might be because of the way I wrap it on the bobbin. Maybe if I wrapped it looser, or I don't know. But some people wonder about what's the difference in the floss, I don't know, and how it looks versus bobbin versus drop. So this one came off of a bobbin and this one came straight out of the skein. And so I would say straight out of the skein is definitely flatter. I also will say that after kinked floss hangs for a while, it does sort of flatten out a little bit. So 309 has been hanging for a while, and you can tell that it is less crinkled than 932, which I just did today. So over time it will relax, but it just takes a little while. Alrighty, I had to find it, but these are what I use to hold my floss drops. It's just a little cord that has a screw on it. I have no idea where you get these. I got all of mine in the Gather Round Club from Hands On Design. And so I just put all of my floss in numerical order, and then I stick it on the ring. So here's my pattern. I've got my pattern all scanned and ready to go so I can use it on the iPad. I've got my fabric ready to go. I've got all my floss done and ready and on drops and on the ring, and now I can get started. So thanks for getting ready with me.